In 2006, 2007, during that financial crisis, my business dried up. I just did an interview about it the other day where there was a gentleman who asked me if I've ever been broke, right? There's a guy who walks around the street asking people if he's ever been broke. Mm-hmm. And he caught me when Lehman Brothers went bankrupt and there was a massive financial crisis. Everything dried up around the world. People were losing their jobs en masse. And so as a broker on the floor, everybody was obviously super hesitant to just give. I was what's called an independent $2 broker. So I didn't work for a house. I was not making a salary. I ate what I killed, right? That was how it worked. And so if there was not that much out there to kill, I did not make much money. And literally there was a 2-year period in 2006, 2007, where I was not making any money. And I knew that no opportunity was going to find me at home. It was a period of time. I was going through some things personally. And, I think a lot of that trajectory and the journey that I described to you, which was really like a fast and furious rise in Wall Street, kind of came to an abrupt halt with the financial crisis of 2007, and everything started to tumble. I started to tumble, spiritually and emotionally and financially. We know when you're doing well, like terrible line by Jordan Belfort, I've been rich and I've been poor, and being rich is a lot better. So having had this really good career on Wall Street and things were going well, having 2 children, supporting them, and a wife, and then suddenly everything dries up and I lost everything for a while. I was confronted by my DNA. I thought I dug deep and I realized I could give up and freak out and, go get a job at Home Depot, or I could sort of dig deep into my emotional strata and figure out what to do. And so what I ended up doing, I've had really great mentors along the way, and I learned from, I knew that you learn from failure more than you do from success. So I literally got up every morning for 2 years and went into work and was not making any money. I never told anybody I wasn't making any money. I didn't tell my wife and kids. I was borrowing money, from Paul to pay Peter. I was doing a lot of different hustles, trying to make it by without letting anyone know that I was struggling. But I knew I was smart enough and I had learned enough, like from my parents, that if I don't put myself out there, no opportunity is going to find me cowering under the covers in my bedroom at home. So I got up and went out there to put myself in front of the forces of evil. And literally a year and a half into that, going to work every morning, literally making no money, I ran into someone on the subway who had been a customer many, many years prior, who I had not seen in many years. And he asked me, "How you doing?" And he was still a trader. And for the first time in a while, I kind of got honest. And I said, "You know what? I'm broke. I'm struggling. I am not making any money." And he goes, "You know what? You were one of my best brokers. That's crazy. I know what's going on in the market and whatnot. Why don't we hook up together and I'll start giving you business?" And he did. And we ended up growing a business together. And that sort of took me out of the depths of darkness. And I started making money again. And we ended up trading for another 20 years together. Up until recently, he kind of just recently retired. But, I'm say all this to say that it's not always a straight line, to success. It's not always, even if you're on a road to success, it doesn't always stay that way, and that sometimes you're going to have to step over dead bodies along the way. And sometimes you're going to have to fake it till you make it. And sometimes you're going to have to wake up, feeling like you just can't do this anymore, but you got to keep doing it.